You are Locked On Marlins POSTCAST. Part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up, Fish fans? Welcome to your Locked On Marlins POSTCAST. I said, welcome to your Locked On Marlins POSTCAST. Thank you very much. Thank you. You see that? Just look at that. Just awesome right there. Dopeness. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Very happy to have you with me here today. What is going on with the equipment? Come on, guys. Here we go. This ain't that hard. One thing at a time. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. As the things start to flow. The Mac is day. All right, guys. Great start, huh? It literally was on right as I took the airwaves here. Well, there's no airwaves here. We're doing a stream. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it literally is on, and then everything just goes up in smoke right away. There we are. Marlins lose game one big, or as it says on the screen, D'Backs win game one big. And here's the thing that happened. And welcome to the show, by the way. We want to thank you for making us your first watch/listen every single day here on Locked On Marlins POSTCAST. We are free, available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. I'm not sure why I did this. Maybe you get yours up here. If you did, we'd be there. It's part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. And today is the greatest. Today's show is brought to you by Prize Picks. Yes, it is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com. I said go to prizepicks.com. Yes, I did. /LockedOnMLB and use code, all lowercase, LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $1,000. prizepicks.com /LockedOnMLB. The Diamondbacks with a win today over the Marlins, and man, it was not close, but it's interesting. You see the homecoming up there, right? That's kind of the fun part of today's show. Homecoming 24, and I forget his last name. His name's Kyle. He's the play-by-play announcer for the Marlins on radio on 9:40 a.m. in Miami. Shout out to Kyle and Amy. And he was talking about the Marlins, and he said people always ask him about the Marlins when another team comes in or they go on the road playing another team. Hey, what about these Marlins? What is it with these guys? Why are you guys so bad? What's the deal with the record? What is going on here? And he said, well, it's a team that doesn't really have an identity, that doesn't really have a style or a way of playing, that's traded everyone, that's had new people coming in. It's been a rotating carousel all year long, yet somehow they bring the tying run to the plate in every game they lose, and wouldn't you know, well, they didn't bring the tying run to the plate tonight. They almost did. They had one on, and Jake Berger narrowly missed a sweeper that he just got under it. Man, it would have been a one-run game. That place would have been rocking with all 16 people in there going crazy. But you know what I'm saying? It was a tough game. And the Diamondbacks now are what? They are Miami's up 2-1 in the series. That's right. They swept Arizona. Did they? No. Oh, never mind. It's 2-2 now. It's 2-2. I hate it when they do that. I didn't update the game yet. Come on, guys. Get with it. Get with it. Get with it. Get with it. But, you know, Stowers had a good game today, 3 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. Fortes back behind the dish after the stint on the injured list, 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 ribs. 2 RBIs for Xavier Edwards. He finally got a hit in the 9th inning, 1 for 5 tonight. Jonah, here comes the Bride, 2 for 5, 2 strikeouts. Sanchez, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Derek Hill, 1 for 3, another great play in center field. He makes it look easy. Norby, 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Lopez, 1 for 3 with a run. 2 runs scored for Stowers, who went 3 for 4 with a ribby. And then Fortes, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. Good job by those Marlins hitters at the bottom of the lineup yet again, but their pitching was absolutely atrocious tonight, man. You give up the 3 home runs to McCarthy, to Peterson, and to Del Castillo. And by the way, Del Castillo, 2 for 4, 6 RBIs, including the grand slam. He hit it to center, just a little bit left of center. Outside pitch, lifted it up. Beautiful piece of hitting for the former University of Miami Hurricanes catcher, Alberto Del Castillo from Miami. He's a 305 boy. He's a 305 boy, and he played like it today, 2 for 4, 6 ribs. And he did strike out twice, including looking in the top of the 9th, but he had a good one. Peterson hit his 20th home run. Del Castillo's only played 8 games in the majors. He has 2 3-hit games already. Already. Oh, come on. You kidding me? Carroll hitless for the Diamondbacks. So was Smith and so was Newman. That's it. Everybody else had a hit. Marlins, Berger 0 for 5. That hit streak ended 2 days ago, and he's back to Bergerland 0 for 5. I mean, it is what it is. It's been Jake's year. He's hitting 248. He just went on a meteoric hot streak. For a month straight, he hit everything. And he's still at 248. That shows you the kind of year it's been for Jake Berger. That shows you the kind of year it's been for our boy Jake. And we love Jake Berger, right? Here on your Locked On Marlins postcast. We love Jake every single day here on the show. We extol the virtues of one Jake Berger. But the problem tonight for Miami, not the offense, they score 6 runs. When you score 6 runs in Major League Baseball, you should win 80% of the time. 80%. Look at the numbers. Look at the average scores in Major League Baseball for the winning teams, for the losing teams, year after year after year, and tell me I'm wrong. Well, you can tell me I'm wrong, but you'll sound like an idiot because I'm not. 6 runs wins you 80% of the games, okay? Roughly. Not tonight. They gave up 9. They gave up 9, and they gave up 4 in the 3rd inning. They're out of the game. Pretty much out of the game. They got one back in the bottom, so it's 4-1. 3-run game, you're in it. 3-1 game, anytime in the game, you're in it. Because you get a couple guys on base and a home run. You're always in a 3-run game. Always. And then it was 1-1 in the 5th, so then it's 5-2. And then the Marlins come creep back. They get 2 runs in the 6th. They just keep creeping, keep moving base runners along, getting the timely hits when they do. Nice job there. But then they give up 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. They come back and get 2 in the 9th, but giving up 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. Every time they get close, right, they get kicked back down the ladder a couple of steps. They get kicked back down the ladder a couple of steps. And Oller today, Adam Oller got the start, 0-1 with a 9.64. Did not go his way in his latest. Okay, so here we go. Oh, they DFA'd Rivera. They DFA'd Emmanuel Rivera, man. Gone. Look at Gordon's gone. Rivera's gone. Bell's gone. Traded. I always want to say Grissom instead of Chisholm. Chisholm traded. Bell and Chisholm, the position players. De La Cruz, right? Bethancourt optioned. Gordon DFA'd. Emmanuel Rivera gone. Like I said, Bell, Chisholm, De La Cruz traded. So there's your outfield, right? Their outfield to start the year was Gordon, right? Gordon and De La Cruz and Chisholm. All those trades, Tanner Scott, Brazaban, Chagua. You know what I'm saying? All those trades, every single one of them. Trevor Rogers to the Orioles. How about Stowers? You go from the Orioles to the Marlins. Had 3 hits today. Only his second 3-hit game of the year. Had one back in April for the O's. Just a tough go. An absolutely tough go for the Miami Marlins today. I mean, you can't continuously put yourself in holes all the time and expect to get it. You know what I mean? It's not feasible. It's not plausible. It's not practical. It's not anythingable. It's not anythingable. How about that? It is not anythingable. And they let a guy named Brad Fat. What's his name? Brad Fat. I know, but he's Brad Fat. Brad Fat. Brad Fat. That's his name. P-F-A-A-D-T. And I'm making fun of a guy's name like a 2-year-old on the show. But it's Fat. Brad Fat. And he fought hard tonight. 8-6. He got the win. Oller 0-1. Took the loss. And, we talked about the scoring a little bit. Just look at it for what it was. The scoring plays alone, quick and easy. Well, maybe not quick. Del Castillo with the grand slam. McCarthy, Gurriel Jr., and Smith. Fought. Gives up a home run to Fortes in the bottom of the 3rd. It's 4-1. D'Backs. Peterson homers, makes it 5-1. Edwards grounds out. Stowers scores, makes it 5-2. Fat. That. Norby grounds into a fielder's choice. Sanchez scores. Stowers singles to center. Norby scores. Del Castillo singles in the top of the 7th. Scores Peterson. Makes it 7-4. McCarthy homers to score Carroll. Makes it 9-4 in the 8th. So Carroll did score a run. Good player, Corbin Carroll. And then Fortes with a sac fly and Edwards with an RBI double, scoring Lopez and Stowers in the 9th. And there you have it, Marlin fans. The final score, 9-6. D-backs win game 1 big. Look at them in the dugout there. The Serpentes, they have dope uniforms. I didn't really like the Barney ones, the purple and the green. So, and the Diamondbacks with the red. The red's dope. Now, a quick story before we go to break. I got 30 seconds to tell a story, right? I'll tell you this. I am a longtime sportscaster. Started at the University of Miami, worked in Miami for years, left in 99, year in New York City, moved to Arizona. Moved back to Miami late 2002. More on that in a minute. I'm a Yankee fan growing up. I moved to Arizona. What happens? 2001 World Series, the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees. I have to do the post-game show live on the All Sports station in Arizona right after the game when they had the Barney uniforms on. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Then 2002, I moved to Miami. What happens next year? The Marlins beat the Yankees in the World Series. So I told everybody who would listen, I am not moving to Boston. What did I do? I went to Boston for 3 games that summer. What happened? The Red Sox had the ultimate comeback of all time over the Yankees, won the World Series for the first time ever. Yes, I broke the curse of the Bambino. You heard it here first. No, I didn't. But, I love to give myself credit. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. You're watching your Locked On Marlins postcast. And this guy right here, right? I got to show you my bad boy here. This is one of my prized possessions when I worked at Live 85 in Miami. And by the way, respect to Steve Lappa, who just passed away, my old boss down there. Loved old Steve Lappa. We had some fun with him in the day, but this is a jersey that we got when I did the Marlins postgame show. Look at that, for 2 years when they won the World Series. This is... Bang, we threw out the first pitch. I like to say we did. It was Defo, Jeff DeForest. You guys know Defo in South Florida. You everydayers, of course. There's my jersey. There is my 2003. I know you guys can hear me. It's a little lower. 2003 Marlins, Florida Marlins. I almost said Miami Marlins. 2004. That's actually the 2004 edition. We got that in spring training 04 when we were up there interviewing Beckett and Pudge Rodriguez and all them dudes. They had them made for us. It was dope. So anyway, now I'm late to a break, but I had to tell you that story. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease, Locked On Marlins postcast when we come back. Homecoming 24. How did our boys do? Everyone's our boy now because everyone's been here and been traded at some point, but this time we are talking about Josh Bell. This time we're talking about AJ Puck, and we are talking about a former University of Miami Hurricanes catcher. Locked On Canes postcast coming your way. Locked On Dolphins postcast coming your way. Alex Kyle, Locked On Canes, Locked On Dolphins. You're welcome. Watch those two guys every day. And Pete with Locked On Marlins. You're welcome. Right here, Locked On Sports Miami. Homecoming 24. Alberto Del Castillo with a day. Wow, that must feel good for the 305 boy who played at the University of Miami. We'll tell you how AJ Puck and Josh Bell did too. Locked On Marlins postcast continuing and rolling on the other side. Right after I tell you about my favorite daily fantasy sports app, but it's just not my favorite, right? It's number one with over 5 million active members. I'm still a big fish in a big pond. What? Come at me, bro. Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, at Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do, pick more, pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. They just keep coming. Keep it coming, girl. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 extra money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. Sign up today. You get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. How about this too? In September, everybody loving Caleb Williams, the rookie quarterback for the Chicago Bears. 1 Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right, only 1 yard. You know how easy it is to throw for 1 yard in the NFL? I can do it. You can do it. We all can do it. Prize Picks is hooking you up because it's gone when September ends. I'll wake you up then if you miss it. Think Tyreek Hill will get more than 90.5 yards in week 1? We'll recap it on Locked On Dolphins postcast. Aaron Jones run for more than 6.5 yards. How about that? Cook up hot takes with your friends. Win real money this football season when you and your crew, the fellas running deep, run your game on Prize Picks. It's the best way to win real money this football season, and you know this. Man, preseason football underway. Pick more, pick less on 2024 season stats. You know it. 30 states, it's available. Cali, Texas, Georgia. You can download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB. LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Run your game. Thank you once again. It's Zone. Who's that? Once again, it's Zone. Ice Cube, come on. Thank you for making your first listen today. Locked On Marlins postcast for your second listen. Enjoy the Locked On MLB podcast with Sully, Paul Sullivan. He's here daily. He's going to provide you national expertise. That's free. His trademark humor, that's what pays the bills for Sully. He's going to get you ready for the playoffs here in the dog days. Prepare for the Fall Classic with Sully. He's got it all covered every single day. Locked On MLB is where you need to be. It's available on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. I had to enunciate well on that one. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Got to sometimes do it a little differently. I've been reading some science on this. We mix things up here on your Locked On Marlins postcast. Do you like my flamingo? I need a name. It's like Frankie the Flamingo, Fluey the Flamingo. I don't know. We got to name the flamingo. Put a name in the chat for me, guys. We got to name the flamingo because it's Miami, and Miami's all about flamingos, which it's not. And when I moved to Miami for the first time from Connecticut in 1994, I thought I was going to see flamingos everywhere because of Miami Vice. Thank you, Crockett and Tubbs, for selling me a load of BS before I moved to the 305. But that's okay, because who really cares about flamingos anyway? Unless they're getting eaten by an alligator by the canal. That's kind of cool. I've been watching a lot of animal videos lately. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fun. You're watching baseball games every day. You kind of like keep an eye on it. You get some other things going right there. But we said we're going to talk about the free passes, man. This is a big problem. We're going to talk about the homecoming. Obviously, 2 former Marlins from this year traded. He's got to focus on the ones from this year. Those guys traded, and then a University of Miami superstar. Coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. Who says you can't go home? Not Alberto Del Castillo. We'll tell you more in just a minute. But the first thing I want to do right now, first things first, GRIES have something for you. The free passes are killing the Marlins. They don't strike anybody out, and they strike out a ton. So they only struck 4 hitters out tonight. And the Marlins pitchers were awful. They were dog bleep tonight. They were, and it's not usually like that. Their bullpen's been good, but Oller comes up, makes his first start, 4 2/3, 3 hits, just 3 hits, but 5 earned runs on those 3 hits. So irritating, my voice cracked, right? Walked 4, only struck out 2, 90 pitches, 9.64 ERA. Go back groceries somewhere, man. Like, for real. Like, this is the big leagues, right? Pitch the way you're supposed to pitch. Throw that ball where you're supposed to throw it. Get some command on it. Let's go. It's his first start. I'm just teasing him. You know what I mean? Just being a little bit. But it's interesting to see. He comes up. I mean, 5 runs on 3 hits in 4 2/3 innings is a joke. That's a bad appearance. It's a bad start. DeGus, 2/3 of an inning. He's the only reliever who could get anybody out. He and Cronin, who also went 2/3 of an inning. Emmanuel, not the infielder who was optioned, the reliever, 2 hits, 2 earned runs in an inning. 2 innings for McMillan. 1 hit, 2 earned runs. They had 4 strikeouts. They walked 6. They hit 3 batters. Now, you walk 6 and you hit 3 batters. What does that do? You can't steal first base. You cannot steal first base. You can steal second. You can steal third. You can go on any kind of pass ball, wild pitch, whatever. First base, you got to get there. You got to earn your way there unless the catcher drops the 3rd strike. You got to earn your way there. You got to get a hit. You got to beat something out. You got to get on a fielder's choice, or they commit an error. You got to earn your way on, right? The Marlins are giving up these free passes all day. That's just giving them a base that is very hard earned. The hardest base to get on in baseball, newsflash. First. Why do you think you're a Hall of Famer when you hit 300? Why do you think you fail 7 out of 10 times? You're a legend. It's based on failure. Nonstop. But these pitchers were bad. So you have to make the other team put the ball in play. You have to make them hit the ball. 6 walks, 3 hit batsmen. That's 9 free base runners. 9. If an average, right? And what was their average in runners in scoring position tonight? The Diamondbacks, they were 8 left on base, 3 for 11, and the Marlins 2 for 10. Nobody's numbers are ever really good with runners in scoring position. 3 for 11, right? Well, that's just scoring position. Left on base, they had 8. If they left 8 on base and they had 9 free passes and 5 of them scored, 4 of them were left on base. They left 4 more on base. You take those away, the Marlins have a 1-run win. I mean, you think about it from that standpoint, you mad now? 9 free passes, 3 hit batsmen? Are you kidding me? 3 hit batsmen? What? 9 free passes, 5 of them scored. Come on, you're not going to win any games. You're doubling their opportunities to score, tripling. Some teams don't have 9 players reach base in a game, period. Let me see. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. 14 Marlins reach base tonight. 14. 2 of them walked. No hit by pitch. Oh, yeah, 1 hit by pitch. 2 walks and hit by pitch. 9 free base runners. 9 free base runners. 5 of them scored. The score was 9-6. The score was 9-6. 9 free base runners. 5 of them scored. The score was 9-6. Would have been 6-4. Terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Before we hit the break, or how about this? When we come back from the break, because I could use a smile or two, we are going to talk more about the homecoming. Alberto Del Castillo, AJ Puck, and Josh Bell. How'd they do tonight? We'll tell you on the other side. Locked On Marlins Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. And you hear me day in and day out, the everydayers. I hope you got the message by now, and I hope you're getting paid because you've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Well, we have something a little different for you now. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers, you're not going to believe this one, can bet $5. And by betting that $5, you get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. I'm a YouTube premium customer. I've been an NFL Sunday Ticket customer forever. That is a dopest deal in the world. With a $5 bet, you get a 3-week free trial, NFL Sunday Ticket, YouTube TV. Then with a YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. Out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime. Just visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to download America's #1 sportsbook and get 3 weeks free NFL Sunday Ticket, YouTube, and YouTube TV. Visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to download America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel. What a great deal that is, man. What a great deal that is from FanDuel. You believe that? 3 free weeks of NFL Sunday Ticket, all those games. That's loot right there. You know how much that is a month? 3 weeks is 3/4 of a month. Then you get the subscription with YouTube. I'm telling you, it's really good. By the way, I want to thank you and you for making Locked On Marlins Postcast your first listen today. Now go check out the Locked On MLB podcast. Prepare for the Fall Classic with Sully, who has it all covered every single day. You can find the link to Locked On MLB in the description, so you don't need to search. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today is the greatest love of all. I wonder, let me see. I would have to try something here. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Jim Grieshaber, call me Grease. Locked On Marlins Postcast coming to a close in just a couple of minutes here. Let's take a look at the coming home, boys. How about that? Let's take a look at the box score here. AJ Puck was warming up in the bullpen when they recorded the last 2 outs of the game. So he was obviously warming up for the lefties who were coming up for the Marlins, probably Sanchez. And then he did not get in the game, although he warmed up. So 2 more days to see AJ, the lefty setup guy who pitched pretty well for the Marlins earlier this season on the way to Tanner Scott with Bender and Chagua and Fauché and Nardi and Cronin and Brazoban and, all those guys, most half of whom are gone at this point. How about Josh Bell? Josh Bell he didn't play. Let's see what happened with Josh Bell. He's still not hitting. I mean, he hasn't hit. Let me see. We got the Diamondbacks. Let's see. Where is he? Huh. Interesting. What happened here? There it is. Okay. Josh Bell from Irving, Texas, the old Dallas Cowboys home. Not anymore. It's Arlington. That's a dope facility, too, in Arlington. Jerry's World, and then the baseball stadium right there. I saw Metallica on a fight card out there. When they did Triller, I was covering that fight, and Metallica played there in Arlington. Yeah, Josh Bell. Yeah, he didn't play today. He did not play. His average in his last 7 days is 136. So he probably just got a little day off. Say, hey, cool your heels a little bit, big boy. We know you're back home and a little bit of pressure there. So we'll just let you ease into the series, and go from there. But we'll see, man. I don't really know where it goes from here with this team. I mean, it's just they're going to play out the string, and they're going to be completely different again next year to start the season. There's no other way to say it. No, there's no other way to say it, for real. 9-6 they win. Diamondbacks do. Tomorrow it's Rodrigues and Cabrera. Edwards been pitching really good lately. Edward Cabrera and Beozo have been really good. I thought it was Eduardo Rodrigues, by the way, for the Diamondbacks, 1-0 with a 5.06. I actually really thought that tomorrow, and I'm going to have to fix this in the rundown, I thought tomorrow was Roderick Munoz, but it's not. It is Edward Cabrera. So I have to make sure I get that right in the rundown for you guys. Where are we at? First pitch. There we go. It is Edward Cabrera. And Cabrera's been really good for his team lately. Let me see. Just make sure where we're at with Cabrera. Because Rodrigues, he's only got one. He's 1-0 for the Diamondbacks. Eduardo Rodrigues. Is that what I said? Eduardo Rodrigues. I believe that is what I said. Eduardo Rodrigues is 1-0. Some new blood for the D-backs. You got Del Castillo from the U. Looking good, though. Looking good. Edward Cabrera has been very good lately, too. I told you this a couple times already. Stop stalling, Jim. But he has been. I mean, Edward Cabrera has been lights out, actually. And then the Philly game last week, he was terrible. That was the one, right? So before that, no runs in 12 innings in 2 straight starts. He was on a roll. So we'll see if he can get it back going against this Diamondbacks team that just keeps on getting it done. They just keep on getting it done, finding ways to do it. And that is very interesting when you see how this Diamondbacks team comes in and they scratch out runs and they hit homers. They hit batsmen and the walks. And, you know, the Marlins don't like to take walks. They just don't like to take walks. And, you know, the plate discipline's a problem for them. It always has been all year long. And it just doesn't get any better for this team. It's not getting any better. And it's frustrating. You know, it really does get frustrating, but they do day in and day out. And you everydayers know this, right? They play hard. They're always in the game. And you know what? Kyle's right. Their play-by-play dude on the radio. I forget his last name. I'm so sorry, Kyle. You and Amy do a great job on 940 in Miami, but he said it right. The team has no identity, no real style, a revolving door, but they always bring the tying run to the plate in every single loss. And you know what? That alone says a lot about this team. It says a lot about Skip Schumacher. What would Skip Schumacher be doing if he's managing the Yankees? I'd love to see him in place of Aaron Boone there. Give Skip a shot, man. I don't want to give anybody any ideas and get him gone out of here, and then the fan base comes at me. But you know what I'm saying. It's just it's hard to see this dude. It's hard to see this dude struggling like this when he's really a great manager, and you're asking him to do the impossible. You're asking him to do the damn near. I mean, to go 33-11 or whatever it was in one-run games last year to make the playoffs. Incredible, right? That is the epitome of a needle in a haystack. I feel like I should end the show after that, but in reality, it was. Homecoming 24, Josh Bell didn't play. A.J. Puck didn't get in the game, although he was warming up the bullpen. In the 9th inning when the game ended, and Alberto Del Castillo, 2 for 4, a grand slam, 6 RBIs for the former University of Miami Hurricane, now the catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's played 8 big league games. He's had 2 3-hit games, and in those 8 games, he has a homecoming in Miami where he was born and raised with a game like that. Don't tell me there aren't outside forces at work sometimes. Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that, because you can't. My name's Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease, and I have a message for you, Marlins fan. That's all there is. There is no more. Shout out to the Mad Dog, Jim Mandich. The Marlins lose 9-6. You win 80% of the time when you score 6 runs, but not when you give up 6 walks and hit 3 batters and let 5 of them score. That is why you lost tonight. See that 5? See those 5s? They're all high-fiving people. It's all about the 5s tonight. The 5s have it. Keep your game tight and your mind right, Fish fans. We'll talk to you tomorrow right after the game. 6:40, first pitch. Marlins, D-backs, Edward Cabrera. Grease for peace. Saying goodnight, everybody. At Jim Grease _ on social media. Thank you for being here to watch Locked On Marlins Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every single day.